What's going on, everyone? Today is June 12th. It is your Wednesday midweek review, excuse me. And a couple things to note before we get into the charts. On Thursday, being tomorrow, we have core PPIs month on month and regular PPIs month on month being released at 8:30, on top of unemployment claims also being released at 8:30. And then a couple things to end the day. At 12 o'clock, we do have a Treasury speaker speaking. And then we also have a 30-year bond auction as well. And then to end the week on Friday, we also have a preliminary consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. on top of an inflation expectation report. So keep that in mind. We do have 3 red folders tomorrow and then 1 on Friday. So I know that we had CPI today. Market moved a lot, but at the end of the day, we still have red folder news. So keep that in mind as you go into tomorrow and Friday, understanding that a lot of the news tomorrow that's red folder will be pre-market. And then obviously on Friday, we have post-market 10 a.m. news as well. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Henry, anything else before I get into dollar?
That's it. All good here.
Okay, I will share my screen and you tell me when I'm good to go.
You are good.
Okay, so on a weekly, really nothing's changed for the most part. We have sell side with these relative equal lows as well as this BISI. And then we also have a buy side pool created today at 105, call it 500, and inside this inverted BISI. So you can note over the past 3 to 4 weeks, we've just kind of been ranging inside this range. So I am relatively neutral on dollar. There is no specific way that I am swaying. You can see that we've still respected the consequent encroachment of this inverted BISI, and we still have not returned back into this BISI that we have traded into before prior in early April. So there's really nothing here to really talk about as I am relatively neutral and we are in a range. As I go into a smaller time frame being the daily, main thing to note obviously is where your buy side is, right? You've got relative equal highs here, and then you've got sell side liquidity sitting down here. So sell side at 103,800 and buy side at 104,500. Now we did have this daily BISI and we did spike all the way through it and we filled it and we've closed back above the consequent encroachment. So that is something that I'm keeping in the back of my mind. But really, I'm trying to see what we want to do in and around this BISI. It's something that I'm curious to see if we do find the time or willingness to close back above the BISI. I would like to see buy side traded through. And if we like to close below the BISI, then I would like to see sell side traded through. I am currently neutral at the moment. I'm not sure what it wants to do. As you can see, we have currently just created a range. And so until it trades outside of that range with displacement, I'm kind of just sitting on my hands, letting indices take the wheel, and know that you kind of have a little bit of a mixed market as dollar consolidates. So that can create a little bit of a high resistance run on indices. But really, that's my main focus going into it. Just kind of waiting to see if we do get one closure above or below this BISI. And with that, do we get follow through with regards to displacement on either direction? Other than that, that's it for me.
All right. Pretty short discussion here on the indices as well. We're back trading up at all-time highs after the CPI and FOMC announcements today. NASDAQ closing right about at all-time highs and ES just coming off a little bit to form the close of the day. But at this point, all there really is to note is given that we're trading at all-time highs, we still want to focus our attention on long setups. We're in the seasonal tendency of May to November offering distribution of the range. So I would continue expecting higher prices from a higher time frame macro perspective. And you really don't want to be looking for short opportunities when trading at all-time highs because the market can continue to spool and it's very easy to get caught off sides. So I focus my attention on long setups. And then finally, last thing to note is just that we are so far this week in a classic expansion profile is what we're showing. So here on ES, Tuesday making the low week, and you can see we did have a little bit of a SMT here with NASDAQ making a higher low on Tuesday while ES made the lower low. Then expanding up through the week. Now we've seen Wednesday expand already, which means most likely if we are seeing the classic expansion profile here as expected, that's Monday or Tuesday making the low week, Wednesday and Thursday expanding, and Thursday likely capping the weekly range, if not a potential higher move on Friday. So going into tomorrow, I would have the expectations of seeing higher prices on the indices, at least trading above Wednesday's high. So here on ES, and above here on NASDAQ. That is all for now. Carson, any last thoughts here?
Nope, I'm in agreement with that. All good.
Okay, very good. Then short and sweet today.
Trade
All right.
safe.
Trade safe, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.